When we say we have become our own guru, we should really try to find out with our introspection, are we our guru or not? Because before this, your mind was on one side and your heart was on another side and your attention was in another dimension. So these three things were creating confusion within you. If you understand a human being, then you will be surprised to see how these three things act separately in a human being. And sometimes they fight also. First is your intellect and your mind. Second is your heart, your feelings, your emotions. And the third one is your attention. In these modern times, this confusion is the worst because all the time your attention is outside. It could be towards beautiful things or beautiful women or beautiful men or all kinds of nonsensical way of wasting your energy. Such attention then is absolutely like a horse which is let loose. You cannot control such an attention. And this attention runs wild from one to another. It is a fashion also. It's sort of a very popular thing to keep the attention moving all the time. But this attention that has to be towards the divine, towards the Almighty, is just being frittered away. Thus, attention doesn't grow its own roots. First is to find out about yourself. Where does your attention go? What makes you feel like looking after or concern or attention? You see, the attention comes from various problems and could be your upbringing where you are not controlled, could be your education, could be your atmosphere in which you live. So this attention is being attacked by all these outside energies or negative forces, and it gets entangled. Like a river flowing straight into the ocean can get lost in a barren place. In the same way, this attention, which has to go towards the divine, gets frittered away. Unfortunately or fortunately, you are born in these modern times. And in these modern times, as you know, it's a very chaotic condition. In these chaotic conditions, you don't know what is right and what is wrong. And there are all kinds of attractions which can take away your attention and reduce the energy of your attention. It is possible more for the people who are very right-sided. Also, the left-sided people can be very much affected. Right-sided people, as you know, go up to a point and become extremely dry, self-opinionated, and aggressive. All their attention is in aggression. While the people who are on the left side are indulging too much into their own whims and their desires and their own temptations. Both sides can fritter away your attention, which is the most important. It is the most valuable thing is your attention. But the attention cannot be controlled by a person who doesn't have a weak mind or a weak heart. Now supposing you take somebody who is a very intelligent person. The intelligent person puts all his attention in capturing the attention of others. I don't know why, but it's a kind of a paradox. The person who himself is having such a lot of aggressiveness and all that, tries to be very sweet, tries to be very nice with people, just to keep good relations, or we can say the good behavior towards people so that they pay attention to that person. This is a very subtle thing. They are not even aware about it, that we do such a thing just to make others pay attention to us. That is how we have seen that in these modern times, so many stupid things people do just to attract the attention of others. But I am just pointing it out, how in the modern times you have to be very careful that you should not try to attract the attention of others. Instead of that, what you have to do is to pay attention to others in a very subtle way, not with any expectation that if you are paying attention to somebody, that person should pay attention to you. One should not feel guilty, but face the problem, why it has not worked. And the problem lies with such yogis and nobody else. Shouldn't blame anybody else for it. Just see yourself what mistakes you must have committed. Could be a small or a big mistake, whatever it is. Face it. There's no harm in saying I have done mistake. But if you say sorry, means it goes that straightforward. No, I have committed a mistake. To admit that is very gracious, very beautiful, and very kind to yourself for your benevolence. In Sahaja Yoga is one of the biggest mantras for all the Western people. They should all the time saying to all the trees, all the nature around, I am not guilty. Your ecological problem will improve. Because then you won't do wrong things to spoil your ecology. You'll be careful. Because you spoil it and you feel guilty. Oh, I should not have done this. Oh, I should not. But why did you do in the first place is the point. So now next time you are not going to do it. So many of our problems will be solved if you face them and correct them boldly. It's possible for Sahaja Yogis because you are separated from your being. You are away from it. You can see your body, you can see your mind, you can see your ego, you can see all of those things. And you know how to put them right. You are not that, you know. So you are the spirit. With the light of the spirit, you can correct all these things. But this guilt is something where it stops you completely from correcting or doing anything better about it, or bringing any constructive thing to your own mind. This will solve many problems for America as well as for all the Western world. Same with the Indians, that they should not think that if they are generous a little bit, they can get rid of their mistakes. You see, they have to face it. It's a different style. Indians are very clever, they know how to find excuses and escapes. But after all, it is Vishnu Maya. She will show you where there is no escape, just face it. There's no need to condemn yourself, don't need to in any way degrade yourself or to feel inferior, but to be superior as the spirit. Oh, I see, oh, I see. Like I would say, all right, Nirmala, I see you very well, you did this. Separate yourself from yourself. You can talk on the mirror, you can go to the river and talk there, or you can go to an ocean and tell them that, see, I have done this mistake and now I am not going to do it. You can make promises to all these elements. Once you make these promises, this Vishnu Maya will receive the message and she won't enter into any one of these elements to disturb you.